Is it on? Are we rolling? Oh, okay. Breaking news to all Clue Crew detectives. We have some more clues for Nancy Drew Game 34, and we will be overviewing and discovering those clues together in part 2 of this video. If you haven't seen part 1, you may want to go run over and see that one first, because this one picks up right where we left off. And let me tell you, if you thought part 1 was good, part 2 is even better. It all began during a recent stream of a Nancy Drew game when all of a sudden this happened right in the middle of my stream. What? Her Interactive just posted? Nah. What'd they post? What Nancy Drew cooking puzzle do you like to play best? What are those capital letters? A-R-I-A-S? A-R-I-A-S? Say Aritas? Oh, someone pointed out barista. You guys! So are they insinuating that we're gonna have a coffee shop mini game? The video in question came after a huge reveal, which was the first sneak peek of the Nancy Drew Game 34 environment where fans found the secret website. So Her Interactive had been quiet for a couple of days, so this was a huge new release, a new break in a little bit more information of what Game 34 could be about, and let's take a look at that video.
Gonna play Mixmade for a while, are ya?
All right, let's see. Step 1, time to mix it up.
What's cooking? Ready to get started?
I'm sure you'll do fine.
A nice big boost of herbal energy never fails to get my brain cells firing.
Coming right up.
So what was so great about this video is that it didn't give a whole lot of information. It was a total tease, and it allowed fans to go back into theory mode. And so it was so great though, because it did confirm a few things. I mean, it was very obvious that coffee was a strong theme here that has to do something with coffee. Their caption using the certain letters being capitalized and then others being lowercase spelled out barista. I mean, that had to mean something, coffee, right? I mean, what does that mean? And then the whole entire video were cooking mini games. So it just felt like they were insinuating that there's going to be a new cooking mini game in the next game. And of course, the zoom in at the very end of this beautiful coffee mug that is actually for sale on the Her Interactive store that I really want to buy is the Indy 34 mug. And so it just really felt like they were really pushing the coffee theme, the coffee vibe. It just makes sense. But also too, if you refer back to some of the clues that had come back on April, a lot of the screenshots, we theorized that it looked like some type of coffee shop with the plugs and everything. It looked some kind of like bookstore coffee shop kind of vibe. So this kind of solidified those same theories. I do want to share a theory that we talked about in the Indy 34 chat that I'm in, which is so fun and unhinged, and we literally solve puzzles together and talk about clues 24/7. And this is what one theory that was sent by a member of the Indy 34 chat that I thought was so plausible. I mean, like, it really may be, who knows? But they said, what if this is the plot to Indy 34? And it reads, oh my gosh, guys, new theory. So I'm busy watching Carter's walkthrough of all the clues and remembered we never really got to what salute meant. Some speculated maybe Barcelona because it means cheers or hello in Catalan. However, there is another small county that speaks Catalan, Andorra, between Spain and France. Now in the Casa de Laval in Andorra, their parliament building until 2011, there is the Armani de la Sate clause, cupboard of the 7 keys. It was said to once hold the official documents of Andorra and can only be opened by using all 7 keys, which were held one by each representative of each of the 7 parishes. I don't know about you guys, but I found that theory to be very convincing. And if that is the actual game, Caroline, you're a genius. Okay, moving forward, really the only other thing that happened in this time frame of clues and anything else that was dropping was really just her interactive being active on social media. And we started noticing that they were finally beginning to reshare some of our memes and posts that fans were creating. All April long, they were super quiet and only shared from their page. Never reposted anyone else's memes or shared any fan anything. And so we really felt like we were getting some hints, kind of under the rug hints, like trying to say that this is a hint without really saying it's a hint, you know what I'm saying? And so her interactive started sharing these memes, and it was very obvious they were speaking to us. I will show you a couple of memes. Like this one that says, "Stop trying to make anagrams with the trivia happen." Okay, so look, here's the deal. Is that I think we were going a little too hard on the wrong trivia answers, the trivia that was in the April 1st newsletter. And so Indy was trying to let us know through her meme, hey, just ignore that. Just don't even worry about that anymore. And then the second one, which was really interesting, was this one where it says, her plotting to release secret content at 3 a.m. Eastern time. And her literally shared it and said, is her in the room with the Clue Crew now? Y'all, don't play with me right now. I'm telling you. Here's the deal. We have a Nancy Drew Game 34 chat where all we do is we unlock our brains and we just jumble it all together and we go over clues and hints and we try and theorize together. And at that point, we were really beginning to think, oh my gosh, they've infiltrated our chat. They're reading our stuff, because here's the deal is that we already knew they had been on some streams with some fans. And we knew that they had been in our Discord that we had created as a fan base. Kate Drew had created a Discord for all fans to get together and talk about the theories of fans and everything. And they were in that. So we really started thinking, oh snap, they've infiltrated the Instagram chat. What was funny was as we actually had confirmation. We had one of the current Her Interactive employees say, we're not in the chat, ... yet. Oh man, which was really fun. That was a fun thing. I love how interactive they're being with their fan base right now. It is it's really fun. Okay, but moving forward. But wouldn't you know, the Clue Crew, they're the best sleuths around. We totally guessed right, and Her Interactive confirmed this a few days later when they posted a sneak peek at a new puzzle that would be in game 34, a coffee puzzle. Here's the video.
I see I'm not getting out of this. What do I need to do? Time to get creative. This cafe is amazing. It's been here a long time.
Oh my goodness, so much to unpack in one video. So let's slow it down and kind of go frame by frame. So we're seeing the cafe, zooming in on the ND34 mug. Ooh, some development shots. We're seeing the cafe more up close, like the counter space, and boom, a confirmation that we will be doing some kind of coffee puzzle. It shows the order up at the top, and you have to kind of repeat that order. Oh, the love how this looks right here. Love this. Has the customer, 1 cappuccino, please, at the top. You even can see like the Her logo on the espresso machine kind of engraved right there. And latte art, which by the way, we totally called. We called it. We knew they were going to do some latte art. And then of course, this. Now that is just some stunning visuals. I mean, you can see the metal parts, the crinkle of the metal. Oh, looks so, so good. And the cafe looks really bright. The color scheme is wonderful. But we also want to mention too how Brittany Cox, the voice of Nancy Drew, mentions this cafe's been here a while. And I think that that's important because that gives a huge clue as to this is not some new cafe. This is a cafe with some history. But it's this shot right here. This is the what got everyone talking. You never know who Nancy will meet next, and there's some bit of character animation right there. Oh man, a lot of fans were theorizing that it could possibly be Ned, but there was really no way to know. They were just theories at this point, nothing concrete, only theories. Now, just as a reminder, this is all leading up to Nancy Drew's birthday, her 93rd birthday on April 28th. This is what started it all in the April 1st newsletters. We knew that this date had to mean something as it was highlighted in the newsletter. So we're getting all of these posts and we're getting really antsy this week about when something's going to be posted, what time something's going to be posted. And on April 25th, just 3 days before the big day, we get just a glimpse of some type of birthday vibes in a post, and it was a puzzle. Here's what it looks like. As soon as her interactive posts, I always get an alert. However, I don't actually need them because my phone begins blowing up with the Indy34 chat because we're like, oh, there's a new puzzle. We got to solve it. We got to do this together right now. And immediately we begin theorizing, okay, how do you solve this puzzle? At first I was thinking, oh, maybe it's a word search or maybe it's like some kind of like nonogram type puzzle. But then I begin receiving DMs of people saying, you know, it actually kind of looks like maybe it would be one of those spiral puzzles from the newer games. If you notice, there is a birthday cake symbol in the very center. And if you look at the very right column of the puzzle, it doesn't finish all the way. So if you start at the birthday cake and spiral outwards, you would end at that column all the way to the right. And I was like, oh, you guys are such geniuses. Yes, that's exactly how you have to solve it. But the question is what are we supposed to eliminate? When looking at the caption of the post, we noticed they did that trick again where some letters were capital and some weren't, and it spelled out novice. Well, at first, Nancy's name was capitalized because it's a proper noun, it's a name, and they actually didn't intend for people to count the N. So they shared to their story and corrected and said, oh, never mind, don't include the N. It actually is not that. And so the real thing it spelled out was voice. And we were like, voice? What is that supposed to mean? Voice? What does that even mean? And if you look at their hashtags, they included a microphone in the hashtags. And so we were like, oh my gosh, are we about to get some kind of clue about the voice actors or some kind of behind the scene about the voice actors? We really thought that that was the direction they were headed. But anyways, back to the puzzle. So as far as eliminating, we really seriously weren't sure what to eliminate. At first, we thought maybe we were supposed to eliminate all the VOICEs, all the voice letters. Maybe that's what we were supposed to eliminate. But it wasn't until Amanda cracked the method, she actually ended up figuring out that you had to eliminate every third and fourth letter. I believe it was something like that, but it was supposed to be a poke to 34. And so she ended up plugging that in, and this is the result of the puzzle. Who do you call to find a clue but your friends old and new? You have no choice but to warm up your voice. Time to sing for Nancy is 93. Then on to our next mystery. Oh man, the clues just get better and better. So of course we start breaking this down. We're like, okay, wait a minute. Who do you call to find a clue? But your friends old and new. So we're saying, okay, so obviously we're going to have some reoccurring characters here in game 34, some old friends, maybe Bess and George, maybe Frank and Joe, maybe that's what we're theorizing here. We're Deirdre Shannon, right? She was in game 33. She was been in the most recent games, 25, 27. So we really start thinking, okay, maybe these are the old friends that are coming back. And new friends, question mark? Okay, so we're talking about new characters, new friends. Oh, does that have to do with the voice actors? Are you guys going to introduce the voice actors on Nancy's birthday? And then they say you have no choice but to warm up your voice. Time to sing for Nancy's 93. So we think that, you know, voice was a part of the clue in the post. So maybe something with voice actor, voice. And this is obviously about Nancy's birthday. So something's being released about voices, voice actors on Nancy's birthday. And you would not believe that we absolutely guessed this correctly. Here is the video that they shared just 2 days before Nancy's birthday. Let's take a look.
I am so excited to be back in studio recording for the newest Nancy Drew mystery game. This week celebrates the 93rd birthday of the Nancy Drew character, so it's even more special to be recording for a new case. This mystery is filled with friends old and new. I'd love to tell you more, but as you can see, it's top secret. Keep watching for updates and a special Nancy Drew birthday greeting.
And just like that, our theories had been confirmed. We knew that we were going to get something special on Nancy Drew's birthday all the way back on April 1st. And we knew that it was going to be a introduction of a new character, a voice actor. We knew this. And so it was kind of exciting to get these clues and these updates because it was like validation of our sleuthing skills. It was just so awesome. Now, of course, we did think that April 28th was probably going to be something a little bit bigger as far as like bigger news. We thought maybe it was going to be like the release of a game title or maybe just more, I guess, information about when it was going to get released. But I personally wasn't disappointed in this. I was actually just incredibly excited that we were getting some information about the game, and I love how the marketing team is doing it. So much more than Midnight in Salem. I think they're doing a fantastic job, and so I was very pleased and excited to get these bits and pieces of clues and puzzles. It's been really fun. The fandom was being absolutely funny on April 28th. I mean, we were sharing the funniest memes, making the craziest videos, all because we were just sitting around waiting for whatever was going to be posted. A couple things I do want to note that were mentioned is that Casey Nickerson on Instagram discovered that the secret website, the web page that Her Interactive had created for advertising Game 34 that we had found if you watched the first video, one of the icons on the website had changed to a microphone, and this will become important later on in this video, so make sure to remember that important fact. And of course, as we're all waiting for the big April 28th announcement, we got another video, and it was so good. I'm gonna play it for you guys today, introducing the new character for Nancy Drew Game 34, Radek.
It's locked. Hi! We're recording in studio for the next newest Nancy Drew mystery game. Taking a quick break here, so it's the perfect time to get together with some of your favorite Nancy Drew friends who will be joining me on my next adventure.
All right, Nancy Drew.
Nancy, what can we do for you?
Hi, Nance.
This new case is going to be so exciting, and I've already met some very fun, very interesting new characters and suspects. But before we go into our next session, I want you to come behind the scenes with me and meet the voice of Radek.
Hello.
It's great to meet you here in the studio.
Hey, Brittany, it's good to see you. Excited to work with you.
Are you ready to be in your first Nancy Drew mystery?
I'm so excited.
Oh, are you a tourist? I'm sorry, I should introduce myself.
I've been waiting for this for so long. I'm so ready for all of the voices that you guys are gonna have me do.
Find out more about Radek and more new characters in the newest Nancy Drew mystery. Join us all as we give a shout out and wish the legacy detective Nancy Drew a happy 93rd birthday.
Okay, team, we're back in session.
Oh, back on the case.
Just so many details to cover from one video. Man, I mean, of course, everyone was so excited that they got to see something really big on Game 34, a whole character reveal and a new voice actor. So I think what's maybe the most important thing, or the first thing that was noted by watching the video, is that Brittany is in the studio wearing the same clothes from the video 2 days ago, meaning that it was most likely this video was filmed in the same day, and it brings attention to the fact that Her Interactive has all of these posts planned out. Their marketing strategy has been planned out for a while. So everything that's happening and going on feels very planned, which is a good thing because that means moving forward with this game, they are making a lot of progress with things planned out. The second thing is this, introducing the old characters, which is the exact clue and the thing that we theorized. We were saying, oh yeah, it's going to be, Joe and Frank and the Hardy Boys and maybe Ned. What we don't know is if this is going to be physical or phone characters. We don't know if we're going to actually get to see Ned for the first time in a game or maybe on the phone. We're still unsure about that. It looks like it's possible it could be on the phone. They look like they're at their homes recording this audio. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're not in the studio like Radek is. But let's talk about Radek. Let's talk about this new voice actor. So first of all, they didn't actually introduce the name of the voice actor, which I feel was done on purpose. I'm sure there is some reason why they didn't. But Radek, it was amazing to see his actual character model, but what was even more important was the fact that they told us his name. Radek, when you Google the name Radek, its name's origin is of a Slavic region. So it kind of gives us this picture of where Mystery 34 may occur. We may be in that same area. So it was big that we got his name, but this right here, I gotta talk about this. The character animation right here at the coffee shop is wonderful. The eyebrows lift naturally as they react to Nancy. The walking off is so smooth, and I think it's a huge step up from Midnight in Salem. Midnight in Salem had a lot of choppy animation. This looked a lot more natural and smooth. So I was so excited to be able to see that, and it was just really cool to have this reveal. Even though it wasn't as big as maybe we thought it was going to be, it still was amazing to see the behind the scenes. And to be honest with you, I kind of thought they were going to be done for a little bit introducing some stuff, but nah, I was wrong. Just 2 days later, we were going to get amped up with more puzzles and clues. And I think we should probably dive into this next puzzle because this is where we start turning into some more interesting information about Game 34. So Her Interactive posted a blog post, and because we have some experience in this now, we knew that this was a clue. There had to be a clue somewhere in this blog post. So we instantly go start snooping and sleuthing in the blog post, and lo and behold, the Indy34 chat discovered that if you saved all the pictures and all the videos from the blog post, there were certain file names saved a certain way that spelled out a phrase. Or 2 words, I guess I should say. Taking those letters from the save files, it spelled out music reveal. And this was a early hint to what we were about to receive in the next few couple of days. So let's go ahead and move on to the puzzle that they posted the next day. Okay, wait, real quick before we move on, I forgot to mention this, but literally after they announced the character Radek, I don't know why, but I went to my closet and I literally had the exact same clothes as Radek, and I dressed myself up as him, and I photoshopped myself on this graphic. And y'all, Her Interactive used it in their blog post, and it literally made my day. And I just wanted to share because I was so excited and happy. Okay, moving on. So Her Interactive posted this just a couple days later after having the big Nancy Drew celebration birthday post. And I really didn't expect them to go that fast, but here we are with another clue. And it was solved within like minutes. I mean, it was record time. The group chat that we had on Instagram, I mean, we were just burning through this puzzle so quickly. But basically, the way to solve this puzzle is that you look at the sequence of numbers, and basically each number is represented by a letter in the alphabet. So if there's a 1, it equals A. If there's a 2, it equals B, all the way down to letter 26, Z. Going through the sequence of numbers, you can see that there are multiple instances of the number 34, as in game number 34. They use this a lot in their puzzles. And all you have to do is eliminate the 34 as if it were a space, and then it spells out an entire phrase. the entire phrase that's spelled out once you eliminate all the 34s and then you plug in the numbers to letters says this: from clues to riddles, ciphers, and more, this step here is one of 4. Once you have solved this code below, look up mysteries from long ago, then hold up the next page to chapter 6 on the clue that reveals the secret of the bricks. If you think you are done, it is not time to rest. There is still one final test. The secrets you find has a new landing space. Be sure to take note from someone in a past case, for she expresses herself in tempo and song. And don't forget, her teacher was wrong. Oh man, this was a really awesome clue to have. If you see the smaller picture that I have pictured above, that is the second picture that was a carousel post that Her Interactive posts. So that's what they mean when they say hold up the next page to chapter 6. But instantly everyone starts theorizing, oh, who could this be? Quickly, it was decided that this was about Mel from game number 21, Warnings at Waverly Academy, which was great. I had a great fresh memory on this because I had just recently streamed it, because she, taking a note from the clue, expresses herself in tempo and song. Obviously, Mel, she is a cello player. She plays a lot of music. And don't forget, her teacher was wrong. If you remember from game number 21, Mel was accused of plagiarizing. Her teacher accused her of plagiarizing based on her paper and Turnitin paper trail, and she was wrong. Mel didn't actually do the plagiarizing. So we knew it was Mel, and then we were instantly thinking, okay, chapter 6 of what? And the Game 34 Indie chat discovered, oh yeah, there is a book, Chapter 6, Rita Hollowell, that you have to use in the game. So we took the picture that Her Interactive had posted, and we basically did like an overlay, and we stuck that picture over a screenshot from the game and just kind of changed the opacity level so that way you could see what letters would cut out on the book. And basically, it kind of laid out the clue of Edgar Allan Poe's critic. And so, knowing the knowledge from Warnings at Waverly Academy, we knew that Edgar Allan Poe's critic was Rufus Wilmot Griswold. And do you remember from earlier that fact that I was telling you, don't forget this, how the icon had changed? Well, the icon had literally just changed to a music note. Just changed. I mean, like, we were in the middle of solving this puzzle, and all of a sudden on the website, the icon changes from a microphone to a music note. It's almost as if there was a Her Interactive employee watching us in all of our group chats, discords, and streams. Anyways, so once the music note had changed, once we had figured out that Rufus Griswold was going to somehow play into effect, music reveal, something, right? Something music. When you clicked on the music icon, it took you to another secret site on Her Interactive, and it was password protected. The password? Because, of course, you know the Clue Crew, of course, is going to get the password. It's Rufus Griswold. It's all lowercase, Rufus Griswold. Once you put that in lowercase, it pulled up another clue. It pulled up an entire binary code. And that didn't stop sleuths. Instantly, we headed out trying to figure out, well, what is this binary code? And we had a lot of amazing musical people that knew exactly what this was. It was music notes. Once they were able to go through the binary code and translate it, it was a bunch of music notes. And so we're like, okay, well, that makes sense. Music reveal, right? That has to be what it's about. And it didn't take long for Her Interactive to answer our questions about what does all this mean? We're getting music notes, we're getting music reveal, we're getting somehow, some way, we got to get some kind of music, right? Oh, we did. And so much more. I'll just play the video. What in the Apple Store is going on? Nancy's in the Apple Store, and we don't know why. No, but for real. Okay, really though, let's talk about this, okay? Oh my gosh, we got a whole new environment reveal, totally unexpected. And you know what? I love it. I love that this is all so unexpected. You can't plan for this stuff, man. I mean, it just, boom, here it is, big news. Okay, so let's go back through the video again and let's talk about some things, because there's definitely some important things. First of all, I love that they're teasing us saying new music dash sound familiar. Oh, you clever her. You're so clever. No, really, that's the same music notes from the binary code from the puzzle that they had posted. They're so good. They are just so good. They're snaky. You're snaky. I like it. But no, let's talk about just the overall environment. So we start exploring the overall environment. We're like, okay, it really does look like an Apple store. We're seeing some technology. We're seeing some kind of person in the background, but we think it's just a not important character. It's just a background character. Another thing we notice is that there are arcs, some arches kind of in the background. They kind of look like some arches that were in the cafe when we saw them back in April, the renders. And we start thinking, oh, I wonder if this is like connected to the cafe in some way. Maybe this is some kind of like outdoor mall type of situation. Still unsure about that. Really though, the most important thing was actually at the end. Wait, whose laptop is this? The video states. And we start noticing, okay, this is a laptop. The stickers are on the back are all from different games. You can find these stickers on the Her Interactive store, and everyone starts theorizing different things. I see a lot of people saying, oh, this has got to be Sunny June. This is Sunny June. Other people are saying, I think it's Nancy's laptop. I honestly wasn't sure, but then all of a sudden it hit me, and I remembered from weeks ago when Her Interactive had posted on like April 3rd this close-up of a laptop, and on the laptop there was a sticker of Nancy, and if you look in the background it kind of looks like it's the technology shop of what we're just seeing now. I posted that and I let my group know, and they were all kind of like, oh my gosh, yeah. I had some people saying, yeah, but that was an actual stock video. Her Interactive didn't make that video. And while I agree, yes, that is a stock video, I still think that that was them pointing to that's Nancy's laptop, because the stock video is very similar to the tech store. It has light wood counters, and the stock video didn't have the Nancy sticker on it. Obviously, they put that on there. So I think they've been hinting at this from at the very beginning. We just didn't know yet. But also, I'm sure they weren't able to share early on the actual prototype pictures of the environments yet. That was to come later, so that's kind of why they had to use the stock video. But regardless, we got a whole new environment. It's amazing. Theories are going through the roof. And then Kalina posts a video of her reaction to the new environment, and we got to go over what she talks about.
What does that say? It says Krollmeister. Yes, this has got to be Nancy's laptop, because only Nancy would have stickers like this. The codes include Puppy, the Coco Kringle, Moonchunk, Pacific Run. This is the Phoenix emblem from the floor of Message in a Haunted Mansion, Wales Rule. These are all stickers that are available in Her Interactive's Teespring shop. That's hilarious that they branded it Krollmeister. And it totally looks like a Mac computer though too. So Nancy's gonna have her laptop. Hang on. That is very cool. Here's the thing. I know exactly what this room is. And this is only half of it. Half of the special environment. And yeah, it's a tech room. A very modern tech room. It sounds like, from what little information I remember from the early concept days when I did work at Her Interactive 2 years ago, they're still going with the original design. So I know exactly where this is going. And I know exactly why Nancy's laptop, if that is indeed Nancy's laptop, I can't confirm that. I'm not really sure, but it certainly looks like Nancy's laptop. And based on what I know, it is Nancy's laptop. There's a reason why it's up there. We're going to be using the laptop a few times, actually. It's important that it's here in this scene because at some point in the mystery, it becomes vital.
Okay. What? I don't even know where to begin. That was so much vital information to Indy 34. Whoa. First of all, I think it's important to note that Kalina mentions in the early concept days when she still worked at Her Interactive, that means that this game has been in thought for a while. So it's very promising that it has got a lot of attention and love and detail to it because they've been working on it for quite some time. The second thing is the huge point of her saying that we're only seeing half the room. Oh, that makes me wonder so much, like, what's the other half? Is it behind the counter where we can't explore? Or is it those arches? Maybe it's not the cafe. Maybe that's the other half of the room that we can't see. That's why it's blurred in the test images. So that makes me really interested too. And then also number 3, she kind of spills a little bit about the fact that this is totally Nancy's laptop and it will be very vital to the mystery. And if we go back to part 1 of this video, I think it's important to go back to the theme hacking, which Kalina said from the very beginning is very important to the theme. And you know, I'm kind of starting to omit Shakespeare completely from the myths because I feel like out of all the things mentioned, I don't think Kalina has mentioned a whole lot about Shakespeare, which makes me feel like, okay, she has said that hacking is the theme. She's all up on this tech in this tech store, and this is Nancy's laptop. It'll be vital. We'll use it multiple times. So obviously, I don't think it's necessarily about Shakespeare anymore. I think we're more on the tech route, but we still don't know if this is going to link to like some old historical mystery like normally Nancy Drew's stories would. And one last clue that I want to mention before we wrap this part 2 of the Nancy Drew 34 Clues breakdown is just for a split second on the Her Interactive website, many fans were noticing that there was an empty or blank product page under the game section of the Her Interactive website, right next to Midnight in Salem, their most recent game, meaning that there seems to be some construction for a new product page of a new game. And that is huge. That means that it's possible that we are getting very close to getting a huge drop of maybe the game title and the characters and the trailer. And it just seems like we're moving forward so much faster, so much better than before. Remember earlier in April when the early renders of the game were being found? And when you look back at those early renders, you see that there are 4 games pictured on the wall. There's Treasure in the Royal Tower, Warnings at Waverly Academy, Curse of Blackmore Manor, Haunting in Castle Malloy. Well, fans started realizing that out of all of those 4 games, 3 of the games have been used as clues during the incredible small releases of information of Game 34. For example, if you remember from the previous video that I've put out in part 1, Curse of Blackmore Manor, Pergamentum was the password to the first secret site on her. Then, Treasure in the Royal Tower, Marie Antoinette was used as the password the second time. And then now we've got Warnings at Waverly Academy, and it's Edgar Allan Poe's Critic. So we've got some kind of trend here. And if we're following the trend, that means that Haunting of Castle Malloy should be next. But if that's the case, that means that there's 2 things. Number 1, we're probably going to get another secret site with some other kind of big clue. But number 2, what happens after we have used all 4 games? Will that be the end of all the reveals and clues? And then will that be the moment where we are finally going to get the name of the game and a release date? As Josiah Crowley best puts it, time will tell.